Good morning, everyone. This is Kathy Mason from Masonworks Marketing here on Conscious Business Zone with my friends David Maria and Viivika Sophia. It's a mouthful, you know. Welcome, you guys.
Hi, Kathy. We're so happy to be here with you.
Yes, thank you so much.
It's such a joy to be here with you, and especially because you are such a joy. You just radiate this joy.
Well, I'm so excited for everyone to get a experience today with you because this is a time of great change and opportunity to really go into a space of knowing who the I am is, if you want to use that term, your soul, your connection to the light, and to not be afraid of that, to look at it as a joyous reunion. And for both of you are my teachers in that and guides in that journey. So I'm so excited for people to learn more about your work if they are just being introduced to it at this time. We probably need to give them a little bit of an idea of how this all emerged for you two. And then I'd love for them to see how it helps them right now. So first, let's start, if you don't mind, with the journey to the Eden Temple, okay?
So the journey to the Eden Temple began way before either of us incarnated. I mean, you didn't put any parameters on it at all. Technically, quote unquote, it began in 2018 when I was called to dreams to go to Africa and discovered that I was being initiated while I was there. And when that initiation happened, it was given to me by an elder in the Katuyu Society named Samuel Kamitha. And it was like being struck by lightning 5 or 6 times in just a few seconds. And at the exact same moment in Finland, Viivika had a spontaneous Kundalini awakening. And our journey has mirrored each other constantly. What happens to me happens to her, or what happens to her happens to me, or to pick any words that you want to use to describe that simultaneous occurrence is probably a more accurate way of expressing it. And out of that initiation, the Eden template came into being. And then I don't mean to take all the conversation here, but eventually the two of us met. She came to a class that you were also in. And we discovered that we were experiencing the same transmission at the same moment. That whatever transmission was coming through me, she was experiencing simultaneously in the same moment, in the same stream. So what that is has evolved into how our understanding has evolved is that we are the same stream of consciousness. There is no difference. We are the same stream of consciousness. And that has evolved into embodying that stream of consciousness within us. And that is the Eden Temple.
So, and as David described our journey shortly, and it's
very shortly.
What happened in this journey, it was alignment with each other already before we met each other. So this is why it's happened simultaneously with David and with me. And even I lived this time in
Finland.
In Finland, yes.
This happens a lot with both of us.
And many times I felt him, and once I even saw him before we met in my meditation, and he was with his 12 seers in a circle. And I recognized him because his ponytail. And after we met, I didn't remember. I didn't remember this visions. But after we met, it came back one point, and then I told and I shared it with David and many others. So we both felt this call and connection, and guidance, and here we are. And as David said also, that Eden template is a template of creation, and the Eden temple is embodied version of this system. And more expanded version of that is the outer projection of this Eden temple, which is Garden of Eden. So that outer is projection of our inner Eden state. So,
well, I can let the audience know that I, before Viivika and David got together, I took the courses called the Freedom from the Known, which I still tell people about today, because I took the class over 5 times in a row because I was just amazed at the reconnection to soul that you were capable of creating for a field of like an aperture, like a doorway,
a portal
to that remembering and the connection of who we are, so we could embody more of it. And the Freedom from the Known class actually helped you release the programs which were holding space in the physical body in your field, and let it be replaced with that light. And then when Viivika came on, the major difference I felt was the heart. She is just the amazing portal to the heart space. Well, the divine love that we have trouble allowing ourselves to experience. Or we get a glimpse of it and then we don't continue to let that through. Viivika is a holder. She's like a key to it. The way that she uses her light language and her love, that you're bathed in love as you're going through this process of reconnection. So this dynamic duo here really help us in so many ways, and it's a gentle process, you guys. That's the other thing, is that so many people are doing plant medicine and other types of awakening tools, and this is tried and true. I just don't know about the integration possibilities of using those other tools, but I know this tool, the Eden Temple, is a tool that will serve you for the rest of your life. Ta-da!
Wow, thank you, Kathy.
Okay.
So, and what you said about her is absolutely spot on true.
And about you.
And the work that began with the Freedom from the Known course, it now continues, but in an extremely expanded way. Nothing is static, and the Freedom from the Known course kind of ran its course, if you will. It came to completion. It was time to to let it grow in ways that we had no idea when we started doing it. It takes its own, spirit has its own way of working with us.
Wonderful. Go ahead, Viivika. I'm sorry.
And David have been more like universal mind. He have been always like universal scientist, and I always have been really heart-based. It's one reason, of course, this because of Divine Mother energy, because heart is our feminine aspect, and mind is more masculine aspect. And now, when we're co-creating, we really bring these two of that together. So
In
balanced.
Our current 3-class offering is illumined heart mind. It's the unification of heart and mind. And the way most people receive information is it comes through their head. And if it stops there, then anything can happen. Any kind of distortion, and probably will be a distortion of some kind. The way the energy is naturally and organically meant to move is it does appear, but then it's given to the heart, and the heart makes a decision, if one is going to be made, what to do with this information. And if it needs to be implemented, it passes it back to the brain to be able to do that. But it has to go through the heart first.
And this is what we're calling also heart discernment, that we will use more and more this wisdom of the heart, wisdom of the Divine Mother, and how our ascension is happening. It is happening through our heart. Our heart center becoming the stargate, and we literally ascending through our heart. So this is why it's also really important to connect both of them in divine union.
So do you feel that the changes that everyone's feeling right now are it's a heart awakening, and that's the how do we trust that sense? Because most of us have had almost two aspects, positive and negative angels on our shoulders talking at us, and one will say, go do that, and the other one goes, oh no, don't. And then you have this, you have the heart. So how do we trust all of this new information and get a clear guidance?
If we have this that that our mind telling something else than our heart, then there is still this illusion of separation between our feminine and masculine energies. And our human mind, lower mind, is really limited. And then our higher mind starts to step in. It's different. Then it's the higher perspectives opening up, and when happening this unification of mind and heart, we just know. We don't need any more this outer reflection. We just know. We feel in our heart, and at the same time we know, because there's this communication, unification. And when we're talking about our heart discernment, then first it's present itself as, or this heart wisdom, it presents itself as intuition. We just feel something, and we know that this is something that we really need to follow. And then stepping in sometimes our human mind, and with this different programs and limitations that yes, and this after reflection of that coming still maybe from this old collective consciousness that it cannot be happened, and our human mind, which have a linear constructs, it jumps into future or into past. That do you remember in past happens the same thing, and then when we do that, then we projecting our consciousness through this past imprint, through this past experience. And then what happened? Of course, we're creating the same things, the same experiencing.
We're in a loop.
Yes, and
that it's impossible. It seems impossible to break out of.
The more we are connecting with our heart, if you can feel that if you feel your heart, if you're really deeply coming into your heart, you're always in present moment. You cannot be you cannot jump into future or into past when you're really deeply in your heart. You're only in present moment, and when we are in present moment, then we are connected. Then we are connected with presence, with source. So this is a key. Always feel your heart, calm your mind, and in the moment when you start to connect with your heart, your mind starts to calm.
What I do a lot is I do testing, muscle testing. And what I find is if I don't consciously go in my heart, I get the wrong answer. So I'll like have an instinct of what the answer is of the question. And then I test on it, and it'll test what my instinct said. And then if I get centered and go, oh yeah, no, I was in it. I was in the conversation too much, and then get centered and then test again, I usually get a totally different answer. So do you suggest people doing kinesiology or anything else? Breathing, because some of the people that are listening to this may not understand how to get into their heart space.
I have no recommendations like that. I know of these tools. I haven't used them in years.
Oh.
If you're still in the mindset where you're experiencing maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, and you have a question, then phrase it. If it requires a decision or taking some kind of action, then phrase it as, is this compassionate? And if it doesn't pass the compassion meter, then the answer is no. Don't follow it. Don't do it. But if it's compassionate, it will lead you. Your heart is not going to lead you astray. And I find the question that you asked of how do we trust our heart to be very telling of the vast majority of the people in the world. They don't trust themselves, and they especially don't trust their hearts.
And also you can always feel, is this your decision is love-based or fear-based? Is this a reflection of, for example, this survival fear that, oh, if I'm not going to do that, then I lose something or whatever it is? Or is this really heart-based decision, that love-based decision? And also, is this outer reflection, or is this your inner reflection? Because very often we're listening also other people and other people, of course, they can sometimes assist us but they cannot never ever make decisions for us, because we all have free will, and only you know what is a right thing to do, what is your heart call. And when you're following your heart call, then you're making your heart-based decisions, your soul-based decisions, and then you are also aligned with source, because we all have this our unique how it's in English now soul intention. And when we're following our heart, then we more and more embodying this our true soul intention by becoming our authentic true selves. The more we're releasing this outer reflection, how I should act, who I should be, and also releasing this that we always, for example, some or that if we sometimes want to meet other people's expectations, then this is not something that is heart-based decision.
That was beautiful. Thank you. So we're right now in almost to the end of the year, and you have a event coming up that's the 12/12 monthly presence gateway meditation. Could you share a little bit about that?
We can, and actually we have two events coming up. We have the presence meditation on the 12/12, which is not on the 12th. It's on the 13th. We get as close as we can to the monthly gateway, and still haven't fallen on a weekend, including a Friday night.
Gateway is open anyway before and after still.
Yeah.
So.
And so we also have a meditation on the 21st on the winter solstice, and both of these are about finishing up everything within this year. So once we're at the peak point of the winter solstice, the moment that the sun begins to move forward again back into the light, then it lets go of everything in order to be completely finished and move in to what is essentially the next eclipse cycle that will begin in 2026. And so that's what we're doing in both of the meditations, is that we will do meditations designed to bring anything to the surface that is ready for each of the attendees, anything that they're willing to bring up, because it requires everyone's participation. You can't make somebody do something, and even if we could, we wouldn't. It's not appropriate to bring it up to be able to finally feel it, especially if we haven't been able to feel things in a very long time. To feel it, accept it, love it, and let it come back. And when you do that, whatever is contained in that, whatever that is, whether it's a trauma, whether it's personal, whether it's from other lifetimes, whether it's ancestral within your familial line, or cultural, natural, national, or religious, it doesn't matter. Once you feel it, whatever it is, and accept it, it releases. And you always discover inside of it, there is light that has been trapped. It's been held inside of it. And that light releases. So that's the essence of both of these meditations, is bringing up anything that is willing to be looked at so that it can be released, so that we have this new sense of freedom, this new sense of relief from all of the stuff that we've been holding on to, and move forward into something brand new that we have no idea what it's going to be yet.
And it is shortly also that we're cleaning our temple space, our inner temple, from everything that we created through the influences of fear, for example, or anything that we didn't want to look at. And then it's when we're starting align with divine truths, then the most important is that we are truthful to ourselves, and that we really are conscious that everything what we experiencing is our creation, and that we taking full responsibility of this creation. And when everybody starts to clean up this inner temple space, that this pure, our pure essence, crystalline diamond consciousness, the pure light of source can enter to this temple, then collective consciousness will transform by itself, because everything is reflection of all of us. So this is how powerful we all are.
And as Viivika mentioned, sorry, how to express this feeling. The more that we clean our own energy field, the more that we clean our own inner temple, the more we give everyone else in the entirety of the world permission to go ahead and do that. It's safe. It's all right. It will be a good thing. And the more of us that do that, we know that our energy fields impacts everybody around us. We don't live in a vacuum. We're all one being. And we're all just working together, as Ram Dass so gracefully expressed. We're all just walking each other home. We're all just assisting.
And when we working with our temple space, and when we really clean up this our temple space, and our temple, our body temple, our all different levels and layers of consciousness starts to lit up, we can hold this temple space also to others. And this is what we call in Garden of Eden, the Garden of Eden becoming reflection of this inner Eden state, the inner peace, this incredible fulfillment, what we can create only by loving all our parts back into union with Source. And this inner fulfillment creates this outer reflection that everything, all aspects of our life starts to align with that. So we cannot create also abundance when we're not feel this incredible fulfillment without our outer reflections. That is becoming our permanent state of consciousness.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. So I want to also ask about the times we're in, about riding this energy wave that we're all surfing, whether we know it or not. Do you have any insights that you'd like to share about all the changes we've been through already for this year and what's to come? Do you have any insights that that would help the audience?
I have no idea what's coming.
Figures.
We have glimpses of that, but it's
Even without knowing what it is, I can emphatically and honestly say it's going to be more glorious than we can possibly imagine.
Cool.
And if we're talking about what we're going through right now, at this now moment, and why, what we shared also before when we started with Katie, that many people, what many people going through, or what we're going through as collective. So there is always these cycles of dying and rebirth. But now they are happening so often and so quickly, and right now we entered into this dying phase, and it means that we feel this like inhale, this I. All our intention is what's happening within ourselves, that we calling back all old creation to dissolve, and this is time process, this transformation. And after that happening, this active process, so that we can bring forth this new creation. And before that, we always need to go through this this dissolvement of our old self. And I mean by that our personalities and everything that we created before. So, and also releasing this illusion of separation and suffering. And what creates suffering is attachment to this personal self, to our identities. And this is what truly creates this suffering. Because when we're taking everything personal, and we're personalizing everything, then we're feeling it really personally. But the more we're becoming nobody, the more we're becoming nobody, the more we're becoming everything, and we feel this unification between all our different expressions.
And we're not just surfing, Kathy. It's more like big wave surfing. like the waves off the coast of Portugal in the winter that are over 100, 150 feet or 30, 40 meters tall. And the energy is not going to slow down. It's only going to continue to increase. That's everything is unfolding perfectly in divine intention as it's meant to unfold. And if it seems a little much, please know that it's going to be okay, because it is okay. What you're experiencing is just a natural part of what it means to begin to awaken as you begin to embody who you truly are. And it's not always easy, but we all came here to do this. So each one of us, we already have the skills inside of us to do that. But just hold on to the strength in your heart.
And also, it's really important where we're putting our intention and how we perceive all of that, because it is really intense. We all feel that it is really intense. But when our intention is always there, that it's too hard, and what we're doing, we're amplifying that. It feels more hard, and when we're already thinking that it's too hard, there is resistance. And the more resistance, the more we feel that it's too much, or it's too amplified, and the energy is just too strong. And so we need more to surrender and allow and be with Mother Earth, be with ourselves, and be ourselves.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. I think that's what I was referring to. Is I like change. I'm a change agent, and that's what I've done most of my adult life. But it's coming so fast, and you barely get to integrate one thing being different, and then the next thing's different. That's what the speed of change is intense.
We used to get months or a month or weeks to integrate. Now it's the next moment.
Exactly, and especially when we're starting to embody this solar Christ consciousness, then it is intense. It's highest level of love. They are really, really intense, and they feels in body like really strong radiation. And first in the heart, then in all body, in the brain, in every cell of our body. So, but also this feeling of fulfillment and remembrance and the joy and this infinite joy and gratitude and all these beautiful qualities of our true essence starts to open up, and our true heart starts to shine forth them, and when we see how people can feel that just through the presence, and how it transforms also others, not only ourselves but others. This is a really beautiful gift that most beautiful gift that we can receive from Source right now.
Well, what I want to make sure that the people that are watching this understand is that these processes, that these experiences that you have with David and Viivika are portals to joy, because what happens is you actually dissolve the barriers that, whether they're programs that are societal programs or familiar family or business programs, whatever they are, of your false identity, all of those programs are allowed to dissolve quietly and capably, so that who you really are, which is a energy force that allows you to be, as Jesus said, like children, be like children. You actually regain that capacity to enjoy this playground that was intended for us, rather than be stuck in the constructs that certainly don't serve us to go to the next age, right?
Can't take those constructs with us. It's not possible. It requires the surrender of everything. So if you ask us, what will you have to give up in order to feel this? And the simple answer is everything.
But don't make it scary.
No,
it isn't joy.
It's not scary. You're not going to have to become homeless and wander the streets with nothing. It's not that. It's the internal identification. That's what needs to be let go of.
So we just letting go of illusion of ourselves.
Who you think you are is not who you are.
And it includes also this outer reflection of safetyness and outer reflection of love, because this is not permanent. When we're not free, when we are engaged with this outer sources of security, or outer sources of love or respect,
outer sources of anything,
or respect, or whatever it is. It's not freedom, because when we're losing them, then we cannot feel that. But when we're really opening up to our true self, then we're starting to feel this immense joy as children do, as Katie shared, that we don't need to reason for that. We are just joyful because we are joy. We are embodied joy, and we are embodied love, and the joy and gratitude and all these beautiful different qualities are different expressions of unconditional love, universal love, which is source. And the more it starts to open up within ourselves, the more we feel secure, the more we feel this fulfillment and then peace in the middle of storm. and we feel free, the feeling of freedom, that our personality is always engaged with other people's opinions, with outer reflections. But when our personality starts to dissolve, we feel freedom. It doesn't mean that we don't care. We care, but we're not. We are free from this this baggage, collective baggage and personal baggage. We don't carry other packages, and also our old packages anymore. And it's undescribable feeling of freedom.
Perfect. That's what I wanted people to understand, is that the opportunity to clear the obstacles to self-love, to love of their lives, to love of the environment, whatever it shows up, is real, and it's palpable. It's usable. Everything that I got out of this these courses and the work with you both has been life-changing, and I want that for as many people as possible. I want them to have the path open to them and not be frightened of it, and not feel that there's no going back, or there's they won't fit in, or any of those things that people that are doing, as I said, plant medicine. A lot of people are doing these other paths to opening up, and I think this is the best path, personally. So I'm trying to let people know about it.
And then the more our heart starts to open up, the more we're starting to see all these different shadows within ourselves, because our light is so strong, and we see where we hold ourselves back, because we're becoming more and more conscious. And the more we are in our heart, as we shared before, we are more present, we're more conscious. And then we're starting to notice how we're really treating ourselves, what we're allowing to our inner temple. Do we still have, for example, this inner violence? How we're treating ourselves, how we speak with ourselves. So we will be really aware about our inner speech. And very often people unconsciously saying something really negative to themselves, that, oh, I was so stupid, and something like that. And this is inner violence. The more our heart's opening, the more we're becoming compassionate to ourselves. The more we're becoming loving and forgiving to ourselves. And the more we're becoming loving and forgiving, the more we're starting to feel all these qualities. They start to amplify within ourselves, and they start to connect ourselves with our true heart, with our higher heart, and through higher heart with divine mother energies. It's this infinite love and compassion and joy and infinite fulfillment. And this, when happening this total merging with heart of all creation, then we can also call that ascension of our heart, and our heart becoming stark, and then we are constantly starting to not only perceive these energies, but we becoming that. It's constant flow. There is not anymore this on-off relationship with source or with this infinite field of love or unity field.
Beautiful.
And there is no substance that you can take from the outside world. I don't care what it is, plant medicine, synthetic, artificial. There is nothing that you can ingest inside of yourself that can even remotely begin to open to the truth of who you really are than inside of yourself. There is no medicine that you can take that will compare to that.
Because it's how we're ascending, we are ascending spirally, and the more we are aligned with love and connected with our heart, then happening this upward spiral, and the more we feeling this negative emotions happening the opposite. So the more we are loving, kind, forgiving, gentle to ourselves first. And this is creating this temple space for ourselves, to our reversed.
Well, I think the reason people are trying these other techniques is that they are so used to a push button solution for everything. So they're looking for the fast path. But I would say that this work that you do is the fast path. For me, even though I did it multiple years, and I still listen. I just listened to the one with love in each cell the other day again. This work is so beautiful, and it's such a resource that it's so available right now to help people. And each one of the sessions that you do, whether it's a presence, the 12-12 monthly presence gateway meditation, or the winter solstice, each one of them is an aperture to remember who you are. And that's what everyone is searching for. These times are causing us to need to use ourselves as the anchor to love, to reality, to this life, instead of the outside.
So to comment on your original statement, and please know I have no judgment on this. I did more than my fair share of these things. But in that space, what you're doing is you're constantly seeking. Maybe the next time when I do this, it will happen for me.
Right.
Maybe the next book that I read, or maybe the next course that I go to, or the next retreat, or the next seminar, or the next meditation that I do, or the next teacher that I study with, whatever it is. When you're in that space, you're completely stuck. You're looping around and around and around. And the only way that I know of out of that is to go in. Stop going outside. Stop looking outside. Come into your heart and discover. And discover is really not an accurate word. And remember who you are. Because you're not finding anything. We're not discovering anything. We're remembering who we have always been. We've just forgotten. That's part of what it is to come here, into incarnation here in this form, in this life.
And the same thing is with mental spirituality. So when we just reading something or remember something that other people said, but we're not practicing that, or we are not have direct experience of that. And then when we're sharing only this information with others, there is no connection. There is no direct energy of this experience. And it's really different when we really ourselves, we're starting to feel that we're starting to embody these energies. And it's happening always through the heart. And this is why we also always sharing before our class that please don't pay attention so much to words, but feel that, because they're embodiment classes. And when we're using our heart wisdom, and when we are connected with our heart, and when there happening this resonance, then we're really embodying this experience. And then comes this aha experience that, oh, now I really understand, because you're embodying that, you're becoming that. So embodiment, you're becoming that. And it's really different than just outer reflection that we getting from the other without our heart wisdom, without our personal experience. It's happening through embodiment.
Perfect. I agree. As I said, my experience with both of you is that you open up a portal for all of us to re-experience what we forgot, and then have an anchor to that experience to use as a way to clear the layers of programs or distortions, whatever you want to call them, that are restricting us from love. And once that happens, and as you said, it's not an on-off, because once you start pulling it off, you don't pull it back on.
You can't. You can't.
No, it's not there. It's transmuted.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
You walk through a door, and maybe you turn around and look back and you discover there never was a door.
Right.
It's always been open. It's never been denied to us.
Beautiful.
We are the only ones that have denied it to ourselves.
And we always, in classes, we always unifying as one through our heart and through our core. It's because in our core, we all united as one. And this is how it's becoming this one united experience. And this illusion of separation just drops away. And then everybody feeling themselves as unique reflection of the same consciousness. And everybody, of course, feels this experience in their unique ways. And our role is just hold this field and becomes his and be his divine reflection to the truth that everybody already are. And it just amplifies this reflection within themselves then.
Beautiful. David, did you want to add anything there?
Be very gentle with yourselves. Be very kind. Go spend some time out in nature, or go sit on a bench somewhere and just be. We really don't have to do hardly anything. We just remember. We just remember who we are. And it is happening to all of us. That there's even the people that are going, no, I don't want to do this. It's still happening. It's always a choice.
Well, we stood in line to get these bodies to be here right now, to be part of this change. And I believe that all the animals are changing, everything is changing here on Mother Earth. And the opportunity is to experience it fully and support Mother Earth as well, as we change, because you can see with the solar flares and the gravitational changes, and there's just so much coming to us that it's going to be a wild 2026, eh?
Yeah.
Buckle up.
All this removes these different layers of density and different layers of separation, and the more it happens, the more we're starting to feel. We're becoming more vulnerable, but at the same time more powerful.
Exactly.
Sometimes it feels that, whoa, we feel everything and it's too much, but it's just before we closed our hearts not to feel, but now we feel everything and we can make our choices, and we really feel what is aligned with our heart and what is not. And it's really important right now to be really kind and gentle to ourselves, because you experiencing rebirth. And if you think how you're treating this newborn baby, the same way you should treat yourself, that be in the nature and in the silence, because how this newborn baby is reacting to a certain loud noise, the same as you feel that same way, because you're clearing so much, you're becoming this pure Christy child.
It's beautiful. Thank you so much. So we're about to wrap up here. I want to make sure that everyone knows again about your two events that are coming up and a way to get a hold of you. I've been putting it on the banner and I'll have it on the description, but could you share the best way to get a hold of both of you?
Our website is the best place, but we're also on Facebook. We're not on Instagram that much, but we do have an Instagram account where we have some videos, including some video testimonials on YouTube. But through our website, you can find information, but also sign up for our newsletter. And that way you'll receive notifications of anything that's coming up. And just occasionally when we want to share like a love letter, just to send out and say, hi, everybody. So a little bit of information. I don't feel either of us are really big on intelligence about what's coming next, because we're so focused in the moment. So, but we do share.
It's beautiful. So you guys, the website is the Eden Temple .com. And if you look at the events page, you'll be able to see what's coming up. If you're not able to see this during this time frame, or you see it even a year from now, you can always go to the site, theedentemple.com, and see what's coming up for you. There is support to go through these changing times. You're not alone. There's so much benefit that's here for you that I just am so excited to introduce these beautiful beings to you, and hope that you'll take my recommendation, share this with your family and friends so that they can also benefit. So thank you both so much. Love you so much.
Just as one comment, Kathy. Not only are you not alone, you've never been alone.
Right.
You are the very heart of creation. You are source. You are the divine. You always have been. And the truth is that there's only one of us here, because everything is source. All of creation is source. Everything. And every no-thing.
And ascension is a remembrance how loved we are, and that we are this love, and we are created from this love. So.
Perfect. Thank you, dear. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you for having us. It's such a joy to be here with you.
Thank you.
As it always has been and will be.
Yep.
Such an honor and joy. Thank you.